What's going on, guys? It's Elias. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in case you guys have not noticed, I have been gone for a couple of months. I took some time off to recover and recuperate from the unfortunate crash that I had with the Civic Type R. Well, my time off has finished. I am ready to go, 100% recuperated, thank goodness. And I have a lot of exciting things to show you guys. So today, for today's video, I'm going to do a few things. First, I'm going to take you around the Civic Type R and show you what went wrong with it. And I'm also going to show you what I'm going to be doing with it, because yes, we are going to be rebuilding my wrecked Honda Civic Type R. It's going to be a ton of fun, guys. So if you haven't yet, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe. We're going to have a ton of videos from now for the next 2 months at the very least. I got to get this thing ready for SCCA Time Trial Nationals in Kentucky by the end of September. It is currently August, so it's the beginning of August currently, and we don't have that much time left, so we have a lot of work to do. What I'm also going to be sharing with you guys is in the last couple of months, I've taken my Prelude out of storage. I got it up to race spec, so I basically rebuilt the racer. Last year I raced with it a little bit. This year I rebuilt it. I made it better, faster, stronger, and we took it out to a couple of races. So I will be showing you guys that first. The next, I'd say 12 to 15 days, I'll be releasing a ton of videos. In the meantime, for today's video, let's go ahead and go around the Civic Type R, what broke, and what we're gonna fix. Let me start by showing you guys the driver's side fender. This thing is demolished. It just bent like a tin can. It is super thin. I mean, not much metal in there. It makes for a very lightweight car. As you can see on the side here, very, very thin. And it just took a lot of that impact and didn't really stop the car much. Next up, we're gonna go over here. These are all out of the plastics and rubbers that I kind of already took off as an exploratory. And here's the bumper. Now it looks worse than it is because it's missing a little bit of right there. And this is where the impact happened. The left hand side doesn't look so bad. But yeah, there she is. Look at that. I don't know where this plastic went. It's probably still at Shenandoah. I'll have to salvage some of these parts. We'll take a look. I wanted to do a quick shout out to Koenig. They sent me the wheel because the wheel that I had on this car took most of the impact. As you can see right here, this is actually the headlight. This is the wheel. It is very crunched up. It's a very strong wheel too, but when you hit it like I did, it's not gonna survive. I mean, take a look. We're missing some. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's the wheel. Man, that's some carnage right there. So what basically happened is this side was against the this side was against the wall, this side went against the car, and I'll show you that frame right now. So from this angle, the headlight looks great. From this angle, it is destroyed. This headlight is done for. If you're interested, you want this headlight, you can want to pick it up. I'll give it to you for free. It is garbage. And there's the carnage. So on the left hand side we are good. Everything lines up perfectly. The frame is untouched and is good to go. Well, that side of the frame is. This, on the other hand, is quite a bit different. Let's dive in a little bit here. So the bumper support, basically untouched except for this right here. I mean, this took quite a hit. This is the front support here, part of the frame. It took a hit as well. This is going to take a little bit of bending back, or I say a little bit. I'm trying to be nice about it. This is going to take a lot of bending back. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Let's open the hood here. The engine's okay. I've forgotten to unplug the battery. That's fine. This is where the headlight goes. Some loose wires there that I picked up off the floor, but the engine is actually not doing too badly. As you can see, we got quite a bit of work to do as we keep looking here, and this is the worst of it here. So the impact hit right here the hardest. It's just it was basically the rotor carried all of the force into the frame. This is where the door mounts, obviously, and this right here is very bent. This is about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches that way and that way. So it'll take significant amount of force to bring it back out. Mechanically, that is a tie rod end right there that disconnected itself. It's broken. It's actually a piece of broken metal. The engine is untouched. However, all that grease that you see in there is because the axle popped off. So taking a look in there, all that grease came from the axle that just popped off right over there. So obviously we're gonna need a new axle. Now right here is a ball joint. So this control arm, not only does it look bent, but all of the ball joints in the control arm are destroyed. So we'll have to replace that control arm right there. Luckily, most of the brake lines seem to have survived. We got some links and things here that kind of just popped out, as you'd expect. And this is the knuckle and spindle. We'll have to replace all of that. Let me show you why that is. Let's see if we can find it here. There it is. There's the money shot. Boom. That's how you know it was a hard hit. That right there disconnected from here. Isn't that crazy, guys? Let me know in the comments if you think that's pretty nuts. Let me know how this makes you feel to see such carnage. So this is a ball joint that popped out. Some more. This is a ball joint that actually survived because this just broke off. It's kind of nuts to see that, but it is what it is. Luckily, I know actually this is a sway bar end link. So sway bar end link also needs to be replaced. I'm going to replace the sway bar as well. And this is most of the mechanical carnage. Actually, all of the mechanical carnage. I think I'm going to get a steering rack just in case I need it. I'm going to get that. The steering rack is right back there, as you can see. That's the boot. And if I have to replace it, I have to replace it. But for now, the first thing I got to do is replace all these things so I can install a wheel and get this thing rolling again. I'm also going to be getting another shock because I don't know how good this shock is anymore. I'm pretty sure the spring is dead as well. I'm just going to replace the whole thing. And well, I was going to unbend this all myself, but I realized I just don't have the equipment to do so. So I've contacted a few shops. They're going to help me get this done. And look at this door here. This door took quite a hit. I think we just have to replace the whole thing. I mean, I guess I could try to bend it back. I don't know. It is very bent. I don't think it's salvageable at this point. I think we'll just replace it. The mirror cap is gone, but the mirror itself is still there. The hood is absolutely destroyed, and it actually hit right there. So it blew up the windshield. Just blew it up, just like that. Let's take a look at the interior. So as you can see, it's very dirty, but the door still opens. Very roughly, but it opens. So this is a side curtain airbag that went off. The seat has an airbag that exploded. That's unfortunate, actually. I'm not happy about that because I really like the seat. And obviously the steering wheel airbag also went off. You guys saw that in the video. Very concerning piece is going to be right down here, and this is where the impact happened again. It just bent that way. If you can see that, it just bent everything that way, and it went right in here. You just can see a lot of damage there. We got to bend it all back. It's going to take a significant amount of time and force and effort to get that bent back. Now, let's talk about what the future of this thing is. So, as most of you guys would probably realize by now, if you wanted to make this thing a street legal car again, it'd basically be impossible. And here's why. The damage right over here, this damage that you see right here, is basically not repairable. I mean, some folks might say that you can cut this whole piece off, the whole frame, and weld in a new piece. Now, yes, you might be able to do that. That really compromises the structural rigidity. It's actually worse than just pulling out the metal. What that gives you, though, is it allows you to have a straight frame where the door can mount correctly and you'll properly have weather stripping working correctly. And that's the main thing. This car will never be waterproof on the driver's side door ever again. It'll always have some kind of issue there with water seeping in and causing mold and issues if you were to use this as a daily driver. And therefore, it just wouldn't be worth fixing it because in order to fix it properly, you got to make sure it doesn't leak water. And if you're trying to do that, you got to start with a brand new car. This will not work. This is not going to be a daily driver anymore. This is going to be turned into a proper race car. We're going to go ahead and put the suspension parts back on. We're going to get it rolling, get the frame pulled as best we can, throw the parts on, and we'll see where we go. First things first, though, is we got to get this suspension bolted off and get it off, and then we'll bolt some suspension parts back on, get the car rolling, and go from there. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this project. Like I said, this will not be a goon squad style project. I'm not gonna bring this back to a street legal form. I mean, I'll be able to drive it on the street. It won't be waterproof, so I can't daily drive it. So I have big plans for the interior. That means a full-on roll cage, full-on racing bucket, and all of that stuff, and eventually some better suspension and things like that as well. In the meantime, guys, we have a lot to share for this rebuild, for the Prelude rebuild, for the racing for the Prelude. We have some information to share for the truck. We have some 335D content coming. A couple of things I want to share with, let's not forget the WRX, guys. I keep forgetting we have some work to be done on the WRX. But I'm also going to be adding 1 or 2 new cars in the next 6 months. So I think it's no secret. I kind of need to replace this Type R with a nice street car, something I can take to car shows, something I can drive around and have fun in and not be too worried about it like I am with the S2000. As good as the S2000 is, it's just not a comfortable street car. It's great for fun. It's not great for highway stints, so I like using the truck, but in the summer you don't want to drive around in a truck. At least I don't. I want to have something fun. So let me know in the comments what you think I should be getting. I'll spill the beans. I'm looking at a Supra. I'm looking at the new Supra. I'm looking at a Corvette, either a C7 or possibly a C8 or something along those lines. Let me know in the comments again if you guys think I should be getting one of those. And we'll have a lot of fun, guys. This is going to be a fun channel. Once again, we're going to be putting out a ton of videos, so be sure to hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.